tuning in to the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hello and welcome, Librarians fans! It's a new episode of The Librarians. We're feeling a little bit devilish here at AfterBuzz. If you have not already, go to youtube.com/AfterBuzzTV. Hit subscribe. We're also on iTunes and SoundCloud. We are talking about the Librarians and the Infernal contract. I'm your host, Yael Tygiel. I feel so devilish now. You can tweet at me live during the show at Yael Tygiel. That's YAELTYGIEL. Use the hashtag ABTV The Librarians, and we'll keep track of that. I have a lovely panel of co-hosts who are jamming out. Tauri Miller playing the fiddle.
I'm Tauri J. Miller. You can find me at Tauri J. It's TAURIJY.
And Alexis Torres.
Hi everybody, I'm Alexis Torres. You can find me where Yale's favorite thing to find all Alexis Torres when they were sold at A-Torres890. That's me!
Yay! Before we jump into this devilish, I keep saying devilish episode.
If anyone is able to drink, you should just take a shot every single time Yael
says devilish.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm feeling a little Fausty. I'm on with the puns today.
You're so penny.
Yeah. That's it. I've hit my max. That's all I got. Sorry, guys.
Quota.
Yeah.
Received.
What'd you guys think of this episode? Alexis, we'll start with you.
So, I like this episode just because Jenkins got to get out a little bit. I love when he's like able to like explore outside of the library, and that makes me really happy to see him.
Absolutely.
I was a little frustrated with our librarians a little bit because they kind of like they were on top of their stuff, but at the same time they were kind of all over the place. So I was a little upset about that, but that's what makes them quirky, is that they can work together but can't work together kind of thing. Yeah. And I'm really upset with Baird.
Wow,
like she lost her. Yeah, this is not one of my favorite episodes, and you guys can totally crucify me for it. I don't care. But I guess it's just because Baird didn't really. She dropped the ball on this episode. But other than that, I'm a fan of Faust, so
yeah.
I'm like, hey, I'm so glad that we kind of called it last week that this is gonna happen.
Good job, guys.
Yay! But yeah, no, I was a little nitpicky on this one, just a tad bit.
All right. Well, we'll talk about some of the issues you had. Tari, what'd you think?
I really liked the Cecilman. Cesslinger.
He did not like being called Cess, and that's what we're gonna call him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cess.
Yeah, I was a really big fan of Cess.
I keep hearing sass instead of
I'm
Cess.
a big fan of sass. Me and Sass are like so good.
I am detecting high levels of sass.
You've hit your quota. Move on.
Okay,
Back to serious business.
Yeah.
Lord mercy.
I thought it was a fun story. I really enjoyed the like message of the episode because it kind of like, and I'm sure we'll talk about it, but
I'm sure we won't. Go on. There was a message that I probably missed. Go on.
no, I mean
I wasn't really paying attention. Go on. Just kidding.
They addressed it in the episode itself, but the whole idea of like magic being corruptible and absolute.
Yes,
Okay.
message.
I was confused. I was like, what?
I was like, was there a lesson I was supposed to learn?
Yeah, you're supposed to learn that when you meet an ex, you punch them in the face.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah.
That lesson I could have
Yeah,
taught
I do
you.
that all the time.
Not all morals are new morals.
I actually really like this episode. Maybe it's because I like devils. I like the idea of this soul.
No, color me shocked and surprised.
What's that supposed to mean?
Thank you.
Okay.
Twist.
I like those stories, but also it felt so the whole opening sequence with the girl running and whatever. I was like, oh, it's an episode of Supernatural,
Right? Pretty much.
Because the ceiling opens up and sucks her up. I was like,
See,
where are the boys?
You guys have ruined like the librarians for me when it comes to like phallic things. So there was a part where when it opened up and I was just like, Why? Why, brain? Why would you put that in my... I'm not going to say it out loud.
Oh,
but...
how interesting, because I went... That doesn't look like the other portals.
Yeah, see?
It's the other side.
That's what I was like.
No,
That's
I
what
know
I was
what
thinking of, and I was like...
No, I knew what I know what you thought it was.
Done! Stop. But, yeah. So, I didn't mean to...
Portal of the Sphinx.
No!
Okay. Anyway, so I really liked that the beginning was very supernatural-like.
Yes.
And then we had the heisty situation, which, again, this show always brings back memories of Leverage.
Yeah, every time.
Every time. That's what I love. So it was just, to me, it was the best of all worlds. I keep telling anyone who's super Wholock that this is a show for them.
Yeah, no, I completely agree.
Yeah, if you like Supernatural, Doctor Who, or Sherlock, this is your show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I love all three of those shows. So when you guys were like, Alexis, why aren't you watching this? And I was like, oh, yeah, okay.
It's going to become
on it.
Super Wholockerians.
Sure.
All right, let's jump into this Baird Dennings relationship because we meet a friend of hers. I feel like, will you stop that?
Sorry.
There's a cat in the
No,
studio somewhere.
I'm just, if you guys are a fan of Bob's Burger, I was pulling a full Tina there. I was just like,
Okay.
Sorry. Continue.
We're going to need you at half Tina the rest of the show.
Fine.
Can you just...
Oh, Tina. All right, so it's every episode. It seems we're getting a little bit of backstory about each character, which I love. And this was a bit of Baird's backstory. We got to meet Captain Sam Dennings, who was her old colleague. They worked together. Mm-hmm. They got work done.
Yep.
They were very busy. Anyway. And so we meet him, and it was guest star Michael Trucco.
Yeah!
I was like, hey, buddy.
He's real handsome in person.
Heck yeah. He's
By the way.
he's got a pretty face.
Yeah.
His blue eyes.
Every time.
He has blue eyes.
Doesn't he have blue eyes?
I don't.
Yeah, he
was
does.
not looking at his eyes.
Of course
It's hard
you
to
were.
tell with those abs and things.
Yep.
Yeah, there it is. I was
Those
like,
are the ones.
yeah, wasn't looking at the face.
But we also, I really like this little jealousy we had when he was talking about some cute chick, and it was Cassandra. Baird was like, "Oh, you think Cassandra's cute?
Yeah, and I was like, what are you doing right now?
Like, what kind of girl are you? Support your friend."
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And also, chill out. This was a past relationship.
And you're
Get over
you're
it.
with Flynn.
Who, I'm sorry.
Really, though?
We don't know that for sure,
know.
but yes, technically she's with Flynn.
Are they exclusive?
Oh my gosh.
Fair question. Fair
I mean, I
question.
thought, yeah, okay.
That's true. We do have Moriarty popping it all the time. being
Yeah,
like,
I feel
Duchess.
like Baird's
Duchess.
gotten a lot of like flirty action this season.
Yeah, it's Rebecca Romaine.
Yeah,
I
no,
mean,
like.
Absolutely.
Where's that cat again?
What is
Sorry, guys. I thought I was bring your cat to work day. I'm
I
sorry.
don't know. She's down there somewhere.
What did you guys think about this relationship? This, flirty, jokey, I was better than you, no you weren't, punching each other in the face.
I love it because Boo even brought it up. I can't believe he punched her in the face. She's a woman. Then Tan was like, I kind of liked it. We're all equal. I was like, yes.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I'm okay with this.
I also thought that, he would never hit a girl, but we're equal.
See, I'm weird about that because as a martial artist, I get hit all the time. Men, women, children, whatever. It's a thing.
Do you
Sparring.
hit children?
No.
this
Well,
just
yeah,
did.
technically. I'm like, I teach children, so I get to beat up children all the time.
Yeah.
I should learn martial arts.
Should.
Anyone who's ever seen the SU after shows knows how much I'm like, kids, babies.
Yeah.
Gross.
Just imagine yourself throwing kids around.
It's
all day.
really
It's great.
fun.
All right then.
But I like
Yes.
the relationship.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
at least I like the ghost of their relationship.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell that they have a lot of history, that they've been through a lot together. You can also tell why they would split up.
Yeah.
You know, they're too much alike, which is the issue, which is the opposite issue of her and Flynn.
You want to call him Carson?
Carson,
I was like,
yeah.
Carson?
Her and Carson, because those two are complete opposites.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. So where is her middle ground?
Jenkins.
Yeah.
Hey, I am all for it.
Jenkins needs
He's
some love.
adorable, and I love him. I love the way he reacts.
We'll talk about
Yeah.
Jenkins this episode. I just to wrap up this relationship situation.
Yes.
I think it was very interesting when we get to the contract. that she knows him, and he's talking about the magic and what do you do with it and how do you not use it and why aren't you using it, and then he even says, I'm not going to let go of this, I mean the magic, and then he punches her and takes the contract. I'm like, girl, not only do you know him, you know him.
Like, you should have saw that coming.
You should, like, yeah, he also was saying to you, yeah, no, I'm gonna steal this contract.
Like, like, not subtly, but like, it was there. It was in between the lines.
Right.
Yeah. I just didn't think he was gonna punch her and then just book it.
Yeah.
That was what I was a little confused
How you
about.
gotta do it. You
No,
gotta
I
take
mean,
a contract.
I'm not saying it was like, I just wasn't expecting it, and I was just like, Bear, what the crap? Like,
Yeah.
Though, I mean, they kind of address it in the episode a little bit in that, like, she tries to see the best in people.
Right.
And so I assume that the whole time she's like, this guy's going to betray me. But maybe he won't.
punch in the face.
Yeah, exactly. Just
All right,
that moment.
I'll take that.
And that was my problem number one. I was just like, come on, I understand that you are this person, but I'm like, you should know better.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, let's talk about the devil in the contract. I really liked Sess. I really liked how arrogant he was.
It was perfect.
He feels Satan-y to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I loved his interaction with Jenkins.
Yeah,
That was
absolutely.
really fun.
Yep. That was my favorite part.
Yeah.
Two immortals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that?
Well, I was like, well, now one immortal.
Yeah, now.
Yes.
But at the interactions we saw, they were both immortal.
Yeah.
So we found out, we again have this power focus effect thing, and which was brought up in the episode where they went to Oklahoma, which was also brought up in this episode, was that, oh, you guys don't need Bear. Remember that time you went to Oklahoma?
Yeah. And I'm like, what?
I'm like, that's what the writers do on this show, guys. There you go. Remember this? Remember it. Write it down.
Remember it forever.
Yeah. So, power focus effect. So, the souls are the power. And, we discuss souls, that they're just life energy. I love how Jenkins puts it, that, like, are you talking about what happens after you die? Because I'm immortal.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm not really a candidate for that.
Like, good call. The focus is the contract, and the effect is the destruction that happens. And the contract magic works by using what's already there and using it against you. So the gas lines were used against the librarians. And I love when they go in and they're like, occupational hazard. That's my stone.
Yeah, no, that was a great stone.
It was like he was in the studio.
Yeah, I was
Thanks,
like,
guys.
where is he?
My voice is as deep as Christian Kane.
Yeah.
I am
love
okay
that-
with this.
I love the contract is like the MacGyver of magic, where it's just like, all right, here's what I have. What am I gonna do some damage with?
I see what you're saying. That's funny.
Thanks.
I thought you meant like it was a thing that could do, like it could become a this.
Oh no.
No, it's a scroll.
Like it's no.
That it's MacGyver and it's
it's-
going, what do I get it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, okay.
Sorry, guys.
Oh man.
Oh, that was hysterical.
I also like that the contract can't kill what can't be killed,
Yeah.
and that was news to Sess.
Yeah.
He was like, what?
I was not aware, and I'm like, what? How do you not know this?
Like, how long have you been doing this
Problem
job?
number 2. I'm like,
I also wonder if, because he said that the Keating family, which is the family running against Dennings, that they've been using Sess for centuries.
yeah.
So does he only have one client? Because he also seems to just use the same contract and rewrite names on it.
Well,
Right.
I was thinking that maybe he does have other clients, but they're probably like really short contracts, like one and done kind of stuff. But like for like someone who's like a regular, I guess, if you want to put it, he has more of a long-term contract that we just didn't see, or maybe it's the same thing. I have no idea.
I also want to know what, like, does no one read the fine print?
No.
Never.
Have they?
That's how they end
No,
up losing their
get it.
souls all the time.
I assume that, like, it's written in such legalese that you're like, yeah, that makes sense. But there's stuff in there that you just don't you read contracts?
No,
They
yeah.
hear the gist of it.
And they're like, okay.
Yeah. It's like when Ariel
Sign it.
signs away her voice. She
Yeah.
doesn't even look at
Yeah,
the contract.
she looks away and signs it.
It's the same thing. Like, all right, can I ask you this?
Yeah.
Do you read
The terms and
the terms and
conditions?
conditions of anything?
Thank you.
Like, or like the iTunes thing, like any of it.
Anything.
Every once in a while, yeah.
Yeah, the whole thing?
I scroll through it. I read a lot of it, though. Because I'm like, I wonder what's in here. After watching that episode of South Park with the human centipede, I totally read it. I totally am like, I gotta see what's in here.
Oh, man.
That thing terrified me.
It
No,
should.
yeah, no.
Which is why, in a post-human centipede world, for those, that was the episode title. Check it out if you want to vomit.
It's really good.
Anyway.
Since then, I think that people read contracts more.
I mean, contracts is one thing. I think when you're hearing a sales pitch, I feel like people are just thinking about the benefits of it and not really thinking of the consequences of the long haul. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah.
I just got a new credit card. I reread all of the deals and terms and all exciting stuff that they were giving me over and over again to make sure I understood it.
Because you're a smart lady.
Yeah.
These are not like you're signing up for a credit card. This is like you get a wish.
Yeah, and then you're selling your soul.
Right.
But they're not thinking of it that way.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't need my soul. I'm good with selling my soul. I'm going to be clear. But, like, I would want to know what all the
Guys, make it
benefits I
real-
get.
Yeah.
Right.
That's like where I'm looking at it a very selfish view.
I mean, that's how I see about with like wishes and any, story or TV show or movie is that you need to really word your wishes correctly. 'Cause
Right.
if it's like the Animaniacs episode where he's like, oh, I want a bunch of dough, and it's actually like $1 billion, like I don't know, whatever,
Yeah,
and he gets
yeah,
like
yeah.
1 billion pieces
Loaves.
of dough.
Yeah.
Loaves of bread.
And he's just like, what? And
Bake
I'm like,
this.
yeah. And he's like, you said you wanted to, you want a lot of
pile
dough.
of dough,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, I don't know.
Though, and also, selling your soul and wish making aren't for people who are like long-term planners. They're for people who are looking for the easy way out.
Right now.
So essentially, it's a quick fix as long as you understand the general base of it. I mean, you figure you can just fly by the seat of your pants and figure it out from there.
I mean, look at Dennings, though. He just wanted to be a good person.
Yeah.
Right.
He was like, I'm going to sell you my soul, and I'm already a good person. I just want you to
notice.
continue me being a good person.
Yeah, but he didn't even think about the fact of what happened. What is the cost of me being a good
Right.
person? Which, in the retrospect of losing I think it was like everybody else except for like 3 people.
Yeah, in that plane and people in the town square.
Yeah.
3 people survived.
That's it.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's crazy. He would have never thought of it that way. He would have been like, oh no, a disaster. I must save as many as I can. And he's only going to save 3.
This is why you read the fine print.
No, that's why we are smarter than the average bear. I'm just saying that I'm just saying that's just I was pulling a Winnie the Pooh reference,
I
not
got
a
it.
Honey, bears can't read.
Oh, I thought that was a thing.
We also got to hear the term mathemagic.
Yes, I know,
so
so
good.
cool.
I like that Sess knew everything about everybody.
Yeah.
I also like when Jenkins points out that what the devil would look like for Ezekiel is Katy Perry wearing the crown jewels. There was more to it, and then being into young Aussies.
Yes.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I mean, who wouldn't want that?
Yeah, I was gonna say I want that.
John Kim even tweeted that he really likes Katy Perry. I was like, oh, fun fact.
Yeah.
Which makes me think that all of Cassandra's confessions in the Oklahoma episode was also true.
Yeah.
She's afraid of, was it lasagna? No.
No, wait.
Was it lasagna?
I know she hates children.
Yes, that was
one of
very
them.
clear.
She and I have so much in common. No, she was afraid of
Some sort of pasta
It
or
was
a
a
dish
pasta.
or something.
Yeah.
not tortellini.
Rotini?
No.
Was it
Was it rotini?
bowtie pasta?
Bowtie
Okay,
pasta.
moving on.
Shells.
Pine?
All right, we're done.
Was
Alfredo. Spaghetti. Angel hair.
Okay.
gnocchi?
I take it to the chat roll. And while we take it to the chat roll, guys, I want to thank everybody for listening, for tuning in, for everyone who's live in the chat roll. We really appreciate you. We're so lucky that Alexis is here to read all of your thoughts. Thanks, Alexis.
I'm here to do that.
We also really appreciate everything you guys do for us, the people who tweeted us during the week and comment on the YouTube.
Found it.
What is it?
Ravioli.
That's the word I'm
One
looking
thing
for.
we didn't name off out of the list.
I was
of
getting
pasta.
there. It was right after gnocchi.
Shush. Shush, you two. We ask you to do a very simple thing for us. Go to iTunes and hit subscribe. That way you don't miss a single episode. But also rate and review us. If you like us, that's 5 stars. If you don't like us, that's 4 stars. We will accept that and suffer.
Yes.
The other stars, 1 through 3, they do not work. No one's going to chant that with me ever.
Do not work.
Okay. Thanks. And if you leave us a review, that's if you type things into your computer and hit send or submit or save or whatever it is.
I think it's send or submit.
Sure. Or save. And whatever it is. We will read it live right here on the air, on the after show, and it will live forever on the after show because these shows live forever.
They do.
Yeah. This week there are 0 reviews to read.
I was checking while you were introducing the episode, and I was like, "Oh."
I checked, guys.
I thought maybe it would happen while we were busy going through the day.
It hurt my feelings.
Yeah, me too.
I don't need your validation.
I do. I very much do. If you can think of fun devil puns, write us just a review of that, and I will read them on the air and take credit for them. Also, anything you write, we'll read on the air, unless it's profanity, and then I'll read it to myself.
And she will enjoy it.
Yeah, well, all right, let's talk about the Guardian's role, because that was definitely a topic that you had issue with, and that we was a really big part of this episode.
Yeah.
So we find out from Mr. Jenkins, the Guardian's role is not to save their bodies, but to save the librarian's soul. Yes. Sounded like you had so much to say.
I have some insight on this topic.
I just like to hear you read. But no, I actually really enjoyed that concept. Mostly because they did a really good job of planting the seeds to that, leading up to that moment where you see you had the moment with Ezekiel and Stone where he's like, why wouldn't you use the top all the time? And you have the thing with Sam. So I thought that was really well executed. But beyond that, I always did have an issue with the Guardian protecting their bodies, because it was like, we've established that they die real fast.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, if that were the case, they'd stop having Guardians because they would be useless. But the fact that they are essentially protecting them from being corrupted by magic, which is a very valid concern, I like that idea.
I actually was thinking it was going to be more of they're not there to protect the librarians and their bodies. They were there to protect the library.
Thank you.
And the mission of the library.
That's what I was saying.
Go,
sorry.
Speak. Preach, girl.
No, thank you. No, I thought it was always, when I first got introduced to this show, I always thought it was the opposite. I thought the librarians were the Guardians were the one that were kind of more expendable than the librarians. I'm a little bit mixed up in my own words. But I also thought that that's what the Guardians were there for. Even though, yes, they are there to protect the librarians and do that whole thing. I thought they were mostly there for the library, since the library is the one that picks them, not the librarian.
Right.
So, I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I completely agree with you. That's what I was expecting that talk to be about.
Right.
And I was like, what the?
No, I agree. I thought that's where the conversation was going. And then the idea that they're there to protect the soul is so interesting and a different take on it. Especially this episode where we have those, as you said, the continuous breadcrumbs of it.
Yeah.
Last that's what it was.
You with the name and the face.
No, last week you had said something about female librarian and female guardian, and we got someone on Twitter reminding us.
Oh, that was so great. It made my day.
That in the season finale of season one, in the alternate universe, Cassandra was the librarian, and Baird was her guardian, and then Lamia was her guardian.
Yep, and I was like, how did I forget this?
Yeah.
It made me so happy.
But Cassandra, we keep forgetting, is they're all full librarians now. And she is a female librarian.
Yeah, so technically it is correct. I guess just because when I was introduced, I was like, oh, this is not how this works. But no, that's technically correct.
I actually really like the idea when Captain Sam Dennings, Michael Trucco was like, are they hiring? I was like, yes, this would be so fun.
Be perfect. That's why I was like, yes. And I was like, wait. I don't know.
It's not how it works.
Yeah.
But I'd like it.
Yeah, I was just more cautious of the fact that he was so easy to jump into the magic train. So I was kind of like, I don't know if I really want you on our team.
Right, if I were, I'd be like, really? You think you earned this job?
Yeah. I'm like, so you punch me in the face and you just get a job? Get out.
You also hear magic is real and go, if you don't want to tell me the truth.
Yeah. I'm just like, all
jerk.
right. All right.
But, yep.
Here's what I'd be okay with. I would be okay with, now that he is no longer doing politics, it seems, seeing as how he's looking for a job, I would like the idea of meeting him later on in the series, next season, where he has been exploring magic on his own, where he's doing kind of what Sarah? Rachel?
Wait, are you talking about
the girl
Lisa?
at the
Lisa?
dorm? Yeah. No.
Lucy.
Lucky Lucy.
How could I forget
I
that?
love how you went through like a bunch of different letters and then got to L.
None of them.
No.
Rachel, Stana,
Matthiasis.
wait. Mary,
Mabel.
Hurlablog.
Ladasha.
Hurlablog. That's it.
There's a lot. No, I've noticed in the past like 3 episodes, there's always been something that's been like whispered, like, but it's always been like a different language. Like I don't remember what the phrase was this episode.
It wasn't the inflagrante
There it is.
inflicto.
I was like, what's happening?
Was it caught red-handed?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Inflagrante inflicto.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, all right. Before you move on,
I wasn't
people
done.
in the chat. Oh, yeah, I know.
I wanted to keep talking about my theory. Go on.
No, well, I'll wait till you're done then.
Thank you.
Yes, I'm sorry.
My theory
Got
was
excited.
that Lucy would probably team up with Dennings, not necessarily team up, but would eventually re-meet
up together.
because they're both exploring magic on their own.
Oh, that'd be cool.
And then later on, because that would be librarian guardian situation right there.
For sure.
Yeah.
And then he would have like earned his way back or team up with them again. I just think there's an opportunity.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I was hoping, since I noticed, even though we do get to meet a lot of people, like, you know, through the journey, but I feel like it'd be kind of cool to have a team up at the end. At least have people, since they're all spread out,
Right.
you know.
I'd also like to see Cess like somewhere being old and grumpy. I love he's like I didn't know this could hurt.
I would like to just have him walk through the background of things, just be like, I'm always tired.
I can't chew my phone.
I'm hungry. I'm hungry all the time.
Can't sit on the toilet.
What was in the chat roll that you wanted to share?
Well, speaking of food, actually, we were talking about the chupacabra jerky.
Oh, yes.
That's what I wanted to
yes.
bring up. I was like,
Absolutely.
we didn't get to talk
oh,
about
no,
that.
that's on my list right
Okay.
above Mathemagic.
Yeah, because we were talking about raviolis and pasta, and I was
Yeah.
like, chupacabra. Oh, no, we moved on.
So the chupacabra jerky.
That was ridiculous.
I love that he comes out and he's like, chupacabra jerky. And they're like, wait, you're cooking him? And he goes, no, he's making it.
Yeah.
I want to
Had a goat.
see that.
Yeah.
I really, because Chupacabra we've seen on Grimm.
Right.
Speaking of other shows that we can relate this to. And I was like, oh, like if that was a crossover, they're both in Portland.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, Chupacabra crossover. Absolutely.
I'd watch a Librarians Grimm crossover.
That would be awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Would they be the Grim Librarians?
Ooh.
No.
Oh,
The
man.
Grimbarians.
Yeah.
And they can talk about the Brothers Grimm stories. They were already
Well,
writing
that's why in my brain I was thinking
fiction.
that would be perfect, would be because it's the Grimm Brothers stories and then the Librarians.
Yeah.
No.
But they have to eat jerky.
Of course.
Like,
Oh,
that's
I
all
like-
they can have.
I like that Stone
That's
was
it.
eating it at the end of the episode. Did you guys notice
Yeah,
that?
it was that looked like that thing.
Oh,
with,
I
like,
did
bark.
notice that, yeah.
I thought Jenkins gave him like a piece of bark, and I was like, "What is that?" And then I was like, "Oh no, that's jerky."
Oh, yeah.
He's very
Did
proud of
when they're
himself.
drinking the gross stuff.
tea, yeah.
Which I like that Cassandra is just like, yeah, no, I'm just gonna drink this.
Yeah, she was just like laying on her stomach. She's like, "Okay."
Thanks, Mr. Jenkins. Let's
Oh my
talk
God,
about
yes!
let's talk about Jenkins, and before we talk about him, let's talk about this undercover Papa Bear, Big Daddy.
Big Daddy.
I like boats.
I love that. I like big boats.
I loved it so much. It was so weird.
It was perfect.
It was.
I actually know a couple that's like that. That's why I was like,
Of course you do.
well,
We live in LA.
Yeah, exactly. I was just like, what? Do they talk to my friends? What's happening?
It's written just for you.
Just for me. Yeah, no, I thought that was perfect. I loved every minute of that.
I also loved every minute of
I love
that.
that Stone was so upset that he was the valet. I was like, get over it.
Right?
Yeah.
He was just like, oh.
It also kind of feels a little out of character for him.
It is. I thought Jones was going to be the valet because he usually is the guy
No,
who does
no,
it.
I meant it was out of character for him to be so upset about it.
Yeah, no, I also agree, but I think because Jones usually
Is
is.
the- yeah.
Yeah.
But he needed to go in and steal the
Yeah, he had to be a
invitation.
waiter.
It made sense.
Mhm. Yeah, I don't know why he's being so grumpy. I mean, he's always grumpy, but I mean, besides
he just wanted to be part of the action, guys.
And then he got caught like an idiot.
Nice.
Thank you.
Supernatural reference.
Yeah.
I like that he bumped into the woman and didn't apologize like a jerk. And then when he's inside, bumps into her again. I'm like, dude, you gotta apologize.
What? Are you just bumping into random people and just not apologizing?
Also, that lady needs to look where the F she's going.
Yeah.
She should apologize as well.
Maybe she dropped her monocle.
I don't think women wear monocles, do they?
Wait, we're equal here.
No, I know that we're equal. I meant just in actual fashion.
I think they
No,
use
they
it
do.
like
They have
the glasses on the stick.
Yeah.
The glasses
You mean
on
like the ones they have at the opera?
At the opera.
Yes.
They flip it over.
That's what I thought. That's what it was. I don't know.
Well, I never.
So I'm sure she dropped her glasses, her stick
Or
goggles.
something. Stick goggles.
Okay. All right, let's talk about Jenkins, the incorruptible knight.
Yeah.
So we learned last season who Jenkins was, but it seems like all this season, because he also pointed out that it reminds me of the old days and the old days, that he's immortal and has been living for a long time.
Yeah. But
it also is they keep insinuating that he's someone else as well, and I feel like it's kind of like Forrest Gumpy, where he's not only the guy who did this one thing, but he also did this other thing, and he also did all these.
Yeah.
Right? He's been around so long that he could have been not just Sir Galahad, but also...
Yeah, something else in history. I completely agree with that.
Think of something else, Yael.
That was literally just another person in
in
history.
Stalin.
Yeah, okay.
Stalin.
Yeah.
But he's the incorruptible knight. He couldn't be Stalin.
Oh boy.
I don't...
Okay.
I broke. It broke me.
You broke him.
I do that.
No, because I was gonna say, he's obviously made mistakes in his life, so he could have been doing something that he thought was right, and it ended up being. I'm not saying that he is actually Stalin. I'm just saying that
It's funny
as
that you bring that.
yeah.
No, the only reason I thought that was funny that you bring it up was because I thought maybe he was depressed that he was going to be alive in this world for so long that he decided to go evil and do evil things and become Stalin. I'm not saying Stalin.
No, but it's possible that
Well,
there's a period of history that is so terrible, and it's because Jenkins was depressed.
Jenkins the Terrible. Sorry.
I'd watch that.
Yeah, no, me too. Take my money. But no, that's what I was thinking as my. I know that we're not in predictions, but that was the first thing I thought of, was that he probably did something that he extremely regrets and he doesn't talk about it, but people know about it.
I wish Cess would have said something.
That would have been nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drop that little hint for us.
He just wasn't that obsessed.
Oh no.
Nope, that was not a good one. Is there anything that we have missed in this episode? Oh, yes. The reference to the first movie that was brought up again.
Oh, yeah.
That the librarian before Flynn didn't die, that he left, which is the plot of the first movie.
Yeah, I love that they brought that back. I was like, ooh, now I want to watch the first movie again.
I have it recorded.
Yay!
Nice.
Yeah, DVR.
Yeah.
Can I tell you guys how much I love blast from the past predecessor stories? They're literally my favorite stories ever.
Explain.
If someone has a current role, like how in the first movie Flynn's predecessor came back and was evil.
Yeah.
That's my favorite thing. Other examples being like in Yu Yu Hakusho, when
all I heard was,
Sweet
I'm a
Kitty
big nerd. Is that what you said?
Yes.
Yeah,
I was
I'm
like,
a big
ooh,
nerd.
your nerd is showing.
But it's a
Cover that up.
Cover that up, please.
oh.
Sorry, this is a family show. Go on.
Anyway.
Anyway, it's a favorite of mine.
Yes.
I love it because it shows you the other path that your protagonist could have taken, and it's always a nice reflection.
I think it's like a constant reminder, and I think that's really, really cool.
Would you say that it's kind of like Dennings coming back into Baird's life, where he then took that path?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Look at you catching on like that.
Mm-hmm.
You're a little smart cookie.
Once he explains it, I get it.
Hey, I hear you.
There's a message out to our cowboy writer friend to write more of that for Tauri.
Yeah.
That's what he likes.
So many predecessors.
I also like when you take off your hat and go, make a Firefly reference.
Yeah.
And then go back to
I'm
sleep.
always okay with this. Because I love Firefly so much.
Yeah.
Jessica Iverson in the chat says, I can't wait next week is Dorian Gray, which I was like, finally.
Well, let's get into predictions then.
Woo woo. Light show.
Your AfterBuzz TV
Prediction.
prediction.
Ooh. Christy XOXO15 says, does it mean that we'll see other people from King Arthur's time throughout the rest of this?
What is that?
He's always dying.
Tari, could you not die during my show?
Every time.
Gosh.
I'm sorry, guys.
He was just so excited
The
to let people know what he wants from the show. He's doing so much. Anyway.
Okay.
Go on.
So that's a really interesting thought, and I think that I like the idea of more King Arthur-y people coming back, especially
Yes.
because there is so many, and we did talk about the Ladies of the Lake, and then Morgan Le Fay came back, and blah blah blah, which would be amazing.
Yeah.
I just feel like if that's the season finale again,
Yeah, that'd be kind of
it's a little repetitive.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I mean, I'm not complaining. I'm just pointing it out. So next week we have an exclusive club that's causing accidents. And everybody goes into this club. Stone can't get in for some reason.
Of
But
course.
everyone goes into the club. There's like a cute shot of Cassandra. Looks like she's modeling with her big old hair.
Big old hair.
Baird is dancing or singing or something center of attention-y. It's gothy like.
Which is so
they're
weird
all
because I was
dressed
just
up.
at a golf club like a week or 2 weeks
Oh,
ago.
of course you were.
It was awesome.
I'm really excited because I like the idea of seeing clean cut characters dressed up all edgy. So like Cassandra, who's
Yes.
always in her like real conservative
Preppy kind of.
clothes, and Baird in her like pantsuits.
I mean, she looks good in them pantsuits though.
It's Rebecca
I'm
Romijn.
just saying.
She looks good in
That's
anything.
true. She could be wearing a burlap sack, and you're like,
I mean,
Like I want that.
can I?
So yeah, no, I'm really excited to see them. I also think Ezekiel is gonna look great, super goth. That said, this episode there was a quick reference. Seth calls him a swashbuckler,
Yes.
and I was like, I want to believe that's because John Kim really wants the show to do Blackbeard.
I'm telling you, if Blackbeard shows up, it's gonna be great. But it wouldn't make sense if he's asking for it because they've already filmed the season, right?
Yeah.
So
Right.
it wouldn't make sense.
He asked for it last season.
yeah.
He just really likes pirates, I think.
Well,
and I
because
think
pirates are awesome.
I agree.
Yeah.
Anyway, Goth Club predictions in the chat roll.
It looks like right now they're mostly concerned about Tauri. It was like drink some water.
I did.
That's what
It was my
happened.
folly.
Jessica Iverson says, "Yep, called image of image deals with sins." I don't know. Driveway Model 88 says, "Am I the only one who wants to see Lady Guinevere?"
No.
Oh, you're just like, no.
No.
That's the answer to that.
Yeah, I
And then
wanna see.
Boo said Captain Jack Sparrow, and I was like, does that count?
No.
I don't think so, because that's just movie adaptation, correct?
But also, like, do we need to see him?
No.
I mean,
Unless we see Ezekiel Jones playing him.
That would be hysterical, and I would be okay with that.
Like, I'd like to see Ezekiel as Captain Jack.
Yeah.
right.
But I wouldn't want, like, a Johnny Depp impersonator.
Oh, that would be so
Right.
sad.
No.
Yeah.
Not that Captain Jack is...
No. I just don't need it. Doesn't since there is a lag, I'm not seeing anything yet.
Fine.
So
Well, I'm excited to see next episode, especially if it's Dorian Gray.
Mm-hmm.
Why are people thinking it's Dorian Gray?
not sure. That's just what Jessica Iverson said.
I want to know the why. I mean, that would make sense, kind of. I just
Yeah.
want to know why.
I'm not familiar with Dorian Gray. Can someone enlighten me?
I'm trying to remember all of it on the
Alexis?
top of my head. I know Dorian Gray's the one that doesn't age.
It's the one with the picture that
with
ages?
the painting. Yeah, the painting ages, but he doesn't.
Yes.
Because he
Okay.
made a deal.
Yes,
Probably
yes,
with
yes,
the devil. I just can't
Seth
remember.
could be back.
I mean,
Yeah.
it could be.
No, that was the interesting thing also about the devils is that it's not a devil or, it's
Yeah.
devils and demons.
Mm-hmm.
It's not Lucifer.
Right.
Yeah. Which I
interesting.
like because that means hopefully we'll get more of that.
Yeah.
That's why it was very supernatural to me because I'm like, demons. But I'm like, I guess it wasn't a demon. It was just another thing
I
from
mean, it
hell.
could have been
Yeah.
demons.
It could have been. I have no idea.
Jenkins said demons.
Mhm.
It's an option,
Yeah.
which makes me think that means we could have Lucifer.
Yeah.
If we're gonna go down, maybe next season's all about angels.
Good old Cess and Lou.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Cess and
Can you
Lou.
say Cess and Lou like
Yeah.
Lucifer Lou? Oh,
Yeah.
Cess and Lou.
stop.
It's like the Odd Couple.
Oh my
Cess
word.
is very much the clean one.
Yes.
Yes.
He's
Lou
like
is the mess.
Yeah. He's like a dorm kid.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, man.
Yes.
I had a thing.
With that cat again.
Yeah.
Cat sounds sick. Anyway.
Yes.
I had something, but I lost it.
Yeah, well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm no, because
No, okay.
yes.
Final thoughts.
Definitely talking about it out loud has definitely changed my views about the episodes. I'm not as grumpy girls about it.
Good. It was a great episode.
No, I didn't say I hated the episode. There was just things in the episode I didn't like. But no, that's completely changed. It's flipped now. But I am excited to see what other characters can come up from books, hopefully. And then I don't really want a King Arthur Knights of the Round Table kind of meetup. I really don't want that this season.
I think I'd only be okay with it if it's them coming to be like, Jenkins, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, you're effing it up.
Yeah.
Right.
Because that would be interesting. Mm-hmm. To see them, like, come back and tell him that he's messed up.
I do want to see flashbacks of Jenkins and how he, I mean, we know how he got there, but, like, I want to know more about him.
Yeah, of course.
And, like, what he did on Earth.
For these last bazillion years.
Yeah.
I still stand by my prediction that he is a fictional.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's what I just assumed.
I could see that.
But that he's not, it's that, yes. And I want to see how he came to life
Yeah, that's what I meant.
from the book.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
just-
seem concerned or confused.
Um,
Or unhappy with me. I'm
I
sorry.
can't really tell what's
I'm
happening with
sorry.
your face.
I'm sorry.
I just
with
like
your face?
furrowing my brows. No, I mean, I would assume that if he is a fictional, then essentially there wasn't anything spectacular that brought him to life. It was just essentially everyone's collective thoughts brought him into reality, and then when all magic was lost, he just kind of,
just
withered
kind of
away
stepped
into
out?
obscurity. Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, there's
And then-
only one way to find out is for them to make an episode.
It's true.
I agree.
Make an
Hear
episode,
that,
cowboy.
writers?
Cowboy.
I would just like it pretty, please.
Angela tweeted that this show reminds her also of Warehouse 13, which is another
Yeah.
thing that we talk about.
Yeah. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. So if you liked television,
Yeah, pretty much. It's
this
just,
show is for you.
yeah.
How did we not make a deal with the Devlin joke yet?
I mean, I was going to say Yale's looking like our bedazzled devil. Was that correct?
Bedazzled.
Is it
from
Bedazzled?
from
No, it's bedazzled, isn't it?
Bedazzled.
No.
with-
Yeah, the movie with Brendan
Elizabeth-
Fraser and
yeah.
Elizabeth, what's her face?
Shoot, not shoot.
Not Shoe.
Elizabeth Hurley.
Thank you. I
Um,
love her so much.
Also, that was a remake.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember what the original movie was off the top of my head, so I said, and also because Elizabeth Hurley is just like, again, I'm like, I can't even do it right now because
Really?
she's so
Elizabeth
hot.
Hurley?
Man, that cat's really
I actually
sleeping.
think, yeah.
We're off topic.
Anyway.
All right. Well, thank you. I'll take it. I was like, my thing isn't bedazzled.
No,
Thanks,
that's what I
guys.
meant.
I see. Thank you to everyone who tuned in live. Thank you to everyone who's listening at home later. We appreciate it. Thanks. Let's tell them where we can find you guys online.
Again, you can find me all over social media as atorres890, still vlogging on my YouTube channel at youtube.com/atorres890. You can find me on a lot of shows that I can't name off the top of my head here at AFTERBUZZ TV as well. Don't forget to check out our other channels, Black Hollywood Live, Book Circle, and Popcorn Talk as well.
I was like, you
Yeah,
forgot
yeah.
the movies?
Yeah, that's why I was like, yes, Popcorn Talk as well.
Yeah. Tari.
Hi, I'm Tauri J. Miller. You can find me at Tauri J. It's TaurijAY. You can also find me on an assortment of panels here on AfterBuzz TV, like the Doctor Who panel, which is coming up next, or also the Flash panel, and Supergirl and Arrow.
You ended so sad.
It was just like up and then down.
You can find me online at Yael.tv. That's YAEL.tv. I'm also on a lot of shows here at AfterBuzz, including Doctor Who right after this. I also do Grimm. Also SVU and Finding Carter. Yeah, that show's still on. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, everywhere at Yael Tygiel. That's YAELTYGIEL. Did I add too many letters?
I had to stop myself. I was like, do I have to respell her name in my head?
YAELTYGIEL.
Yes.
And right here for Librarians every Monday at 10 p.m.
Woo!
We'll see you next week, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.